Hello, Virgo. Thank you so much for being here, you guys, and I hope all of you have a beautiful Valentine's Day. Much love to you, Virgo. All right, guys, so mortality. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live, and then you have the fates. There are some things going on right now in like events that are happening that you're not meant to understand why. The only thing that you need to be worried about right now is the things that you can change, not the things that you can't change. That is what the fates is talking about. Fate, karma, accepting that there are things that you cannot change and knowing what those things are. And with mortality, your life is too short to be wasting on those things that cannot be changed right now. They cannot be changed for a reason, right? And you're not meant to understand that, but I still look at the fates working in your favor, right? Here's your overall shit. Okay. And this may be a situation that you just can't change. The Five of Swords being the overall, for a lot of you, you may be in a really difficult situation with a person right now where, words are being used in a way that's meant to hurt. There could be fighting going on. But, look at her, right? She's got these two swords in her back. Like, this person, took what they could from you and left you with this pain almost. But this could also talk about dealing with somebody who is willing to do whatever it takes to get what they want, even if that means hurting you. I don't necessarily see Virgo ever doing this to somebody. But I also think that very much like Scorpio, Virgo doesn't forget shit like that. Although I think sometimes maybe you're a little bit too forgiving. And I don't know why I feel like that's important. But like you may feel like you're being stabbed in the back by somebody close to you. Now, in the past, the Six of Wands, what bothers me about that is that this basically says that at some point in the past, you felt like these were obstacles that you have overcome. But clearly, the situation isn't over yet. But because it's still coming through, there could be an opportunity here to get past this, right, and overcome these issues. But this could be about credit where credit's due, somebody not recognizing, what you're doing here. And like just making you feel like horrible. Okay, in the present, the Six of Swords. So this is where I think a lot of you are realizing that it's time to move on now, right? We can't continue to be wrapped up in this kind of conflict. And I think a lot of you are there right now. But it's funny because it kind of has the Eight of Cups feeling for me where it's like, are you actually moving on? Are you moving away from this? Or are you just deciding to let something go? Sometimes with the Six of Swords, I feel like there are times where we're in these difficult situations with people where they're like, can't you just let it go? Right? But no, not really. But we'll see here. That's why. All right. So in future conditions, the Hierophant. Now, this could be about like, the commitment that you have made to a certain situation. You want to move on from it, but it's like, I almost feel like trapped. For some of you, it's just, we don't have a conventional relationship. That's what I want to say. Because it's almost like what people see is just you fighting with this person all the time. Now, that's only going to be for some of you. But the Hierophant can also show that we're getting a higher understanding of why we're facing these difficulties. But it can also show like learning a lesson though too. But in terms of like sticking with traditional value, that is not helping the situation right now. Maybe we need to think outside the box, so to speak here. But this may be for some of you like a really difficult relationship that you need to leave or get out of. And that's just me being honest with that thing being the overall. Now, that could be any relationship though. Where you're constantly dealing with somebody who thinks that they're better than you, which can be the case. You know, especially if we're talking about feeling like you're not getting the recognition that you're due or owed. Your best path to follow, the Ace of Pentacles. So this is about, I think, you needing to create a better opportunity for yourself. It's not necessarily about, you know, being in this battle with someone else about an opportunity. I think that there is a different direction that you need to go in. You know, this is about what is realistic, what is practical, what is going to give you that long-term growth. And I like seeing it there, because to me, this is saying the universe is going here. You don't have to keep dealing with this. You have to take this opportunity now. You have to get away from this. In your environment, the Page of Pentacles, in learning, education, right? Lessons learned, that information that's coming through that may be giving you this opportunity to build something for yourself somewhere else, because we need to move away from this. You know, if we can't get past the issues, then yeah, we're going to have to physically move on. Now, for some of you, if it's about career, it could be that you need to establish yourself somewhere else instead of being in like a cutthroat environment, so to speak. You know, which I've seen that plenty of times before. And that's never fun, being in situations like that. But it may not be that easy to like break the commitment, so to speak, with a hierophant. But, you know, if you're just dealing with a person, no matter what the relationship is, Virgo, you need to take an opportunity to move to, you know, a different place, establish yourself somewhere else with someone else, or just rebuilding things for yourself and getting away from this. Because if this person is wanting to start over with you, you're going to have to be willing to move on from certain things. But because of the Five of Swords being the overall, I don't think it's that easy for you to forgive and forget. That's what I want to say. Your hopes and your fears, the Hangman. And I think that this is you continuously hoping that either this person is going to see a different perspective, or that you just need to see it differently, that maybe that will help like break up this situation where we're not constantly fighting, you know. But then the fear there would be that you've been sacrificing too much of yourself and you're not seeing any forward movement with this situation. But either way, you know, you're kind of like being put on hold here. But I think that the perspective that needs to be seen is that maybe there is a better opportunity for you than what you are dealing with right now, or having to fight for, or fight about, you know, or fight with someone to just get them to, you know, possibly commit. You know, I really do get the feeling that this is one of those things where, you know, it's just like a back and forth thing that kind of goes on with you if this is about a relationship, you know, and people just kind of see you as fighting with them all the time. But I think that it's not about establishing anything anymore with this situation. And you know this. Especially if there are certain things that you can't look past. But the Hangman here is just, you know, nothing is going to change here. You know, you may be able to change your perspective, but I don't know that, you know, the other person is willing to do that. You know, and if you're wanting them to see your side, or like put themselves in your shoes, because of the Five of Swords still being there, I don't think that they can, or they have the ability to right now. And then coming out, the Queen of Pentacles. And I love it for Virgo, because to me, this is like, I can take care of myself. I don't need to be a part of this anymore. And there is a better opportunity for you, you know. But I look at this and think, like, it reminds me a little bit of the Nine of Pentacles. Like I've always said, the Empress, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles, they seem like the same woman to me. There is a level of independence and an ability to take care of yourself, right? The Queen of Pentacles, she's in tune with herself. She's in tune with her surroundings. She's caring, giving, and nurturing to the people that are important to her. She makes sure that, you know, the people that she has to take care of are comfortable. She knows how to work. She knows how to pay the bills, right? And then the Sun. Yes, yes. So I think that, you know, once you get away from this and you accept another opportunity, establish yourself somewhere else, take another job, whatever the case may be. With the Sun being there, there's a part of you that is going to be, you know, revitalized and rejuvenated, right? But you're also going to see things very clearly. The Four of Wands bothers me, with this being the overall, and looking at the Six of Wands as the past, because at some point, you know, we have reached an accomplishment with a relationship, possibly for some of you, or just reached this place of security and stability, overcoming this obstacle, but yet we're still dealing with it. And now it's like, okay, when is enough enough? You know, when is it time to move on here? And with the Eight of Pentacles, I think that that is what you're trying to work on, creating stability for yourself again. But for some of you, you may have been putting in a lot of effort into something and trying to keep it stable, keep it together. You know, but the Sun is going to show you where things are not right. And I say that because of the Five of Swords. But I also think that you're going to get to a point where, you know, and I go back to mortality. Your life is important right now. You should be having fun. This is something that is not going to change. You need to work on the things that you can change. And I think that that is what the Sun is going to show you. Look, this is where life is, you know. And I think that you have full intentions of following that with the Queen of Pentacles coming out, being more secure with yourself and what is going on. But this is something that clearly is, you know, it's not going to change. But, you know, I hate to say that it may be happening for a reason. It may make you stronger in the end, but it's not fun. Nobody wants to go through that. You know, especially if in the past you believed that this was going to create the kind of stability that you've been looking for. But I don't believe that it's your fault. I believe that it's somebody else. Guidance is saying that you're going to be guided. You need to pay attention to the guidance that is showing you that there is abundance somewhere else with a new beginning, right? But also that you can have abundance in all areas of your life. But you're going to have to tap into your inner power here. But this situation may push you to realize what your inner power is. But either way, I like it because guidance is saying that, you know, you're going right into like the land of milk and honey almost, you know. But your inner power, and I look at the Queen of Pentacles and I think your inner power is your ability to take care of yourself. You know, to create security for yourself, right? And then you are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. Fucking right. But if you're needing assistance to get out of this situation, it may be that you need to reach out for some kind of help. And I feel like it has to do with the Hierophant, you know, laws, traditions, right? But clearly here you're going to need some assistance, but you are limitless. You are not bound. You are not bound by this situation. You're not bound by this person. You know, this doesn't have to be the defining moment for you, right? You're meant to be happy. You're meant to be living your life. You know, and stop trying to change this situation because it's not going to change. But I like where you're coming out at, Virgo, because commitment and tradition be damned. This is not something that can hold you back or hold you down. It's not a fun situation. Nobody should have to go through this, especially if it's about a relationship. But if you move on, with the Page of Pentacles and looking at the Ace of Pentacles, I do believe that you're going to be able to establish yourself in a much better way, where you feel more secure.